About newly developed construction app, and this app covered all the project management related stuff for the project management things, where you require to install the base app with covering the base feature related to construction project management side, where you can define various tasks, and the tasks are linked with the BOQ items, which is bill of quantity, I would say. How to configure this bill of quantity with reference of requirement, with reference of phrases of project. These all are the various needs which require to be configured before doing anything. So I would like to first give you the apps, which the apps features outline, how it will give me the idea about that. So it will give you the specifically hierarchical project structure, where you can set up all your bill of quantity based on task. You can set up your cost management side, and the procurement integration is available. The procurement integration means you can directly generate a purchase order. Even you can use the Odoo standard feature which are available to cover this part, allocated the cost allocation to the projects, subcontract management which is there, document control are there, you have a financial integrations are there, which is really the invoicing part what I'm talking about. And one more app which is related to the construction app, which is progressive app. So progressive payment term is the most important requirement by construction industry, where they have a various payment terms involved with the step-by-step progress payment, and which is completely dynamic. Odoo standard payment term could not manage to handle these. So this app can manage things like you can allow to create a custom milestone based payment progressive term, and each milestone when you achieve, you can directly convert that particular split of amount into the converted invoice and even the due date of the direct invoice. It manage a sub milestone progressive term is also possible within the main milestone part, and I will show you how it will done this part for you, so you can check it out. Before starting with the construction app, I would like to give you the idea about the group, which group you need to involve. So first you need to just for stage, you have a technical stage configuration, which is a project inbuilt group, which you need to assign first, because I use the Odoo stages for project stages under hood, so we require the access permission for this, which is the initial configuration. Rest of the group you can assign after starting the debug mode. You can easily see the progressive group, which have a manager and user, and then you have a various construction management app, where you can assign the construction manager, administrator, procurement, user. All these group assignment are available for you. And initially, when you go for the configuration side, you have two things, where you can see the template part of progressive payment. So I can see this three term are visible, which will give me the idea, but I will use this particular payment term, where you have a 5% initially advanced and 35% for the material delivery side. But this can be assigned to a sub specific section also, where you can put the material section to be 50% delivery at initial stage and then 50% after some time, and it is possible thoroughly with reference of complete dynamic stuff. Then you can go for the installation of the whatever the ELV segment parts over there, 50%, and then you have doing testing and commissioning part, you have a certification, then you can raise the 10%, and you can set more custom milestone is also possible from your side to achieve that. It's up to you to decide, but this is the initial example what I covered. Rest of the two things I'm not using, so I just need to archive to avoid the confusions for the demo side. But you can use your own payment term template, you can define it, and this payment term will be payment milestone will be visible directly from this when it will be approved or when it will be used at the level. The second important thing is very much important is cost code. So the cost code will be the category of your cost at reference of construction project, where you have a material, labor, equipment, subcontractor, miscellaneous overhead. These all are the cost type you can configure, and on top of this you can set up parent-child relation, but you need to link the product, which is most important part for you. Let's say for equipment, if you want to set the product, because that product will be directly linked as the equipment side, whatever you are going to use. You can use any equipment product which will be used as a purchase side. I can use equipment like camera, for example, as an example of camera setup for the yearly segment. So I just use as a, and I will use as a storable product because it is used to be configured as a purchase side, and obviously it's a standard Odoo functionality what I'm using. Over here you can set as a buy, and even you can set up a vendor if you want to set up a vendor for this. So this vendor will be set up for you for this particular price. You can set a order quantity or receive quantity, whatever setup, but I just set up as a equipment as a camera, for example, as a cost center. Labor you can set up as a service kind of product, where it will use as a service timesheet, and the service timesheet will be used to set up the based on timesheet and service. You can set up a task, but for now I'm just using a base service timesheet, and that service timesheet will be used to configure the part of thing. And this particular thing will be used against the labor costing. So you can set up the costing of labor. Let's say I'm setting up the price whatever I want to use. Similarly, there is equipment. You can use material also. So for material, I can give you example material as a equipment of cables. Let's say cable, I'm just using a cable product for you. It is also consumable type or storable, whatever you prefer. Same, I just set up a standard vendor for that, for cable. Yeah, and here same for cable, I can configure the price, and this particular cost code will be already linked with the task, where you can, the miscellaneous I'm not using anything because it's just the extra stuff. For contracting also I'm not adding any kind of subcontracting, because you can add a service of subcontracting if you outsource any costing to some other vendor, and if you want to build to be involved a specific product link, then otherwise you can make it blank. Now after doing a cost particular configuration of the cost center, I would like to start with the template setup. So the project template setup will be required to be configured as a part of thing, and here we go. We just go for the project side. Here is the project for me, project template, and here the project template. Over here I have a BOQ template, and this BOQ template is already linked. Rest of the thing is you can check according to your need, but over here I'm just putting the various tasks, and the tasks will linked, and this much of task will be automatically created as a template. You can customize it according to your need. So let's start with the CRM side. When any construction CRM lead comes to your need, so I'm just putting any customer as a reference point of view, where some lead is coming and they want to generate any project with reference of a cost side. I'm just creating a lead Out of this lead, we will convert this lead into opportunity. After qualifying this, do various meeting, you can use the standard functionality for various activity. You can involve call, meeting, whatever you want to do. You can schedule it, you can do it whatever you want. And then after confirmation, you need to involve the whole detail of ELV project side, so that you can add over here for the discussion point of view, what are the stage and what are the ELV segment I want to cover. Under hood of that, you can add it over here. Then simply I just convert this into the quotation, because I need to create an initial quotation. So the quotation is generated for me. Over here I'm just adding my service kind of part. Obviously I need to set up the sequence, because it just gives me the sequence error. That's fine. What I can do is I can uninstall the module which is not required. So it will use the Odoo standard sequence for me. I will go back to my lead. Maybe I can go with my pipeline side. Let me check the lead for or CRM lead. Maybe I can create a new lead. Just for demo side, I'm just putting a new lead, and under the lead I just qualify this, put a proposition, and just generate the quotation out of it, where I will just create my product to be linked over here with reference of, and now I can allow to save, because I already I can send this quotation to my client. But obviously I need to, before going into detail side, you can add the number of products under the quotation. If you want to add, you can allow to add. You can add catalog and do the quotation. But the core thing I'm just covering over here is dynamically generating a project from sale order side, which is the core thing, and use the template for the ELV segment. So I just confirm it. When I confirm, the project will be generated for me. So over here, this project is a standard Odoo project, but I'm converting this project as a infrastructure project, where I just need to put this project as a construction type and set the template for that. And when I set the template, it will automatically generate all the infrastructure related things for the task what I want. So you will see all the tasks are generated after configuring this particular part. So you can start this construction execution stage by doing initial starting of this project. But this project is already generating a task, so we can start working on task straight from starting with the initial task, which will give you the idea of a BOQ detail, that initially how you can link. Like I already show you the cost code, which is already linked, and you can revise the quantity if you want, and you can set the actual quantity for that, and obviously the unit of measure will be there. You can involve the timesheet also, which is a Odoo standard functionality, where it will calculate the part. But this particular trucking part depend on 2 subtasks. So I will not doing anything for the parent task. Initially I should start working on subtask first to complete the subtask, and then going back to the main task. So let's open the subtask first for you, where you have initially the pulling draft, which has a 2 subtasks related to that. You can also configure the BOQ quantity if you want to set. This is just the reference point of view for the initial task. But this particular cabling part is depend on two subtasks, and these two subtasks are, you can see that you have a user side termination, rack installation, rack side. So all the task specific part you can easily check over here directly as a dependency side. So first I should start working on this task, and you can check that the quantity and even the calculation is already visible over here as a BOQ item according to the actual quantity and the variation what I added as a calculation side. Now initially I just submit this BOQ task for approval, and this will be approval by the purchase department for the material side, so they can approve this. After approval we can allow to generate a request for quotation, but request for quotation we can do it at group level. You can do it whatever way you want. First I will just open the subtask for initial approval side. So I just put the dependency of task first, and here we go. So this task have 50 estimated, revise 40, so it will not do any variation for me, but I can set the actual quantity to 50, let's say, and then revised quantity will be 55. So it will give me some figure changes accordingly. Over here I'm just putting just for approval this, approve this also, and then move to the other task, which is rack installation part. And this rack installation I don't want to put any kind of part of things, so I just revise the same, and just actual will be the 3. There is no change happen, so it will remain as it is. Over here I'm just put the rack installation is also depend on one rack side termination, so I just put the BOQ item as it is way. First I just submit this for approval, and then same I just open the subtask for rack side. This is the main task which will give me the all the detail for proceeding. So I just put the subtask to complete first, put the detail, this is already there, submit for approval. This need to be approved first, and then when it will be approved we will just go back to the parent task over here, and this task is also need to be approved. Then I just go back to my super parent task. This is also need to be approved, it is already approved, and my main tasks need to be submit for approval. This way I approve all the task, parent task, and even the dependency of task are approved, and you can see under the workflow. Now under this workflow you can have approval of multiple tasks, so I am allowed to make them as a green side, which is a standard Odoo functionality. And if I want to create a purchase order directly from here, it is also possible. So you can just generate a purchase order directly from here and add all the BOQ items which you want to add as a configuration side. Obviously if you don't want to involve the parent specific part as a involvement side, then you can just choose the child specific part as a rack installation and rack side installation. So only that product need to be considered as a purchase order side for the rack side termination or rack installation side. So I just want rack installation to be added, but if for now I am considering each task as an individual candidate as a product, as a consumption side, and if I want to generate purchase order, it will generate a PO directly from me by adding all the services and even the involvement of product itself over here. So you can directly confirm this to the type of product what we ask. Obviously this is a standard Odoo functionality what I have used, and you can add an alternative product also, because I did not add an agreement, but you can go with that also. So this way you can move each and every one task, set the task, link the construction detail of the project, even the tasks individually link with the workflow of BOQ, and this way you can link whole construction app on basis of whole sale order itself. Obviously this sale order is linked with the sale order, so I have added a progressive payment term also. So if you want to set the progressive payment term, you can use the ELV payment term with that, and this feature will give you a complete outline where you can completely set the progressive payment term, like you have a 5% advance, then you have a 35%, 15%, 10%, and this will generate the invoice directly from this. So how you can do is, first you just need to create this milestone as a ready, and when it is ready, it will directly take the amount of whatever the total amount, it will directly take as a 5% advance. You can generate the invoice from here, or you can use that button also. You can create the separate invoice, create the invoice, it will directly create the invoice for you with the advance date of the current date, and obviously it will take the receivable account as the advance side and just set the milestone information for you. So you can generate this, register a payment for that, and go back to sale order. You will see that this invoice will be added as a advance payment side, and it will deduct that amount from that. And similarly you can achieve all the milestone one by one. You can configure a child milestone is also possible. Let's say you can see all the milestone from here, and you can reset to set the invoice again. That is also possible. Let's say for this I want to add a sub milestone also, so you can allow to add a sub milestone like the 50% delivery of material, and just set the 50%. It will automatically plan the material for you as a 50%, and just save and close. Remaining you can set as a remaining material delivery. This way it will give you a complete dynamic way to set the main milestone to be divided into 2 sub milestone, and then you can go with one by one to be ready and create the invoice. And it will directly link with the sale order also, like the sale order will automatically customize itself as a child milestone, and it will be directly linked. So whole projects, milestone, everything is linked at the sale order level, and you can use the standard Odoo function too. So that's it. I think the construction app will cover the feature what I explained here.